Hello to everybody. Today we have a very nice topic for me about archaeology and about Amazons. I was inspired by the fact that last Monday one of the greatest archaeologists of Ukraine and Russia had a birthday. His name is Mikhailo Rostovtsev, and he lived at the end of 19th century, at the beginning of the 20th century, and he really was great in researching, in digging, in writing research works. So he wrote about Greeks, ancient Greeks in Ukraine, about Sarmatians, ancient tribes, and of course about Amazonians. I really like archaeology because I studied archaeology for 2 years. First time when I met archaeology, it was the first form of Cherkasy University. We had really great teacher. He admired archaeology. He had many bones. Every time after lessons we go there and we help him to clean bones, ancient stones, ancient knives. He told us about all these artifacts. In such way I got the knowledge in history. So one of the most interesting topic in the history of Ukraine were Amazons, warrior women. One of the most known Amazonians live in the Middle Asia, in the Asia Minor. Now this is area of the Turkey. They had city Efes. You know, Efes is somewhere between Istanbul and another city on the western coast of the sea, Mediterranean Sea. So they were really wild. They live just women. They refused men. And the main their goddess was Artemis. She was the goddess of fertility, goddess of hunting. In the city there was the big temple of Artemis. It is now in the list of the 7 wonders, but unfortunately it was destroyed. So how Amazonians came to Ukraine? There was one event. Greeks came to the Turkey, to the Asia Minor. As you know, there was a Troy War, and there were many challenges that Greeks fought against Amazonians. And during one of this battle, Greeks captured Amazonians, took them to their ships and wanted to take them to Greece. But what happened? Greeks celebrated victory and they became drunk. Amazonians used this and they killed all these sailors on the ships. But they didn't know navigation, they couldn't pilot the ship, so they just go by this ship somewhere. They don't know where. They go, and once they came to the land. This land was the north of the Black Sea. Today this is south of Ukraine. This is such kind of region as Odessa region, Kherson regions. This area is typical steppes, and for a long time wild tribes, nomads live in this region. And in that time, in the steppe, there lived Scythians. Scythians, probably you know about them. It's very well-known people, well-known nomads who occupied Ukraine from the 7th century to 4th century, 3rd century BC. They created the big state Scythia. They captured local people, and they had many gold stuff, many different kind of gold necklaces. Now archaeologists found these necklaces in the burial place. Amazons, they were also warriors, and one day they captured the herd of the horses. They took horses and used them in their fight against Scythians. So Amazonians started to live in the South Ukraine, modern Ukraine, and fought against Scythians. Scythians didn't know that these wild people are women. But once they killed some of them and took them to their camp, and oh my god, this is women. No man will fight against women. So they decided don't fight against them, but try to seduce them. What they did? They sent young men, guys, to the camp of Amazonians, and they told them, you should be close to Amazonians, and if they will be fight against you, you should run away, but don't shoot them. So this guy and tried to deal with them. So this guy did this stuff. They settled near Amazonians and they tried to communicate with them. Sometimes Amazonians were aggressive and they ran away, but in some time Amazonians understand what they want. So they really liked this guy and they started to live together. One of the habits of Amazonians was they sometimes had a relation with men, but just for kids. And after they took away this man and they birth kids, if it was a daughter, they took care about girls, but for guys it was very, very bad, because as story tells, they killed them, or at least sent to their fathers. So they started to live with men, and this guy asked them to go with them to ski dance. They told, we will marry you and you will live with us. But Amazonians told, no, we not like your women. Your wife used to clean up, be housekeeper, but we used to fight, we used to shoot a bow and arrow. We used to ride horses, so we don't like this kind of stuff. What they decided? Amazonian told, come back to your motherland, and took part of inheritance, part of your gold, and come back to us. So this young man make like this. They took part of their inheritance and came back to Amazonians. And Amazonians decided to live not in this area because it was very close to Skidance. They moved away after Don River. In that time, Don River, this is Don, you know, Don, this river in Russia, near Caucasian region. So they passed this river, and that time it's called Tanais. So they started to live after the Don. If Skidans live in the area of Ukraine, they live in the area of Russia at the time. This story was taken by Herodotus, ancient historian, and he told that from marriage between Amazonian and Skidans was created new people. Their name was Sarmatian. First, they were called Savromati, but after Sarmatian, Sarmate. These people speak Skidance language. First time they didn't understand each other because they speak different language. Amazonians their language and Skidance. But after the while they adopted Amazonians adopted Skidance language. Skidance people they speak Iranian language. Iranian, it's not, it didn't mean Iranian language, the modern Iranian language, yeah. It was group of language that belonged to Indo-European language group. Now about 150 million people speak by this kind of the group language, such as Persian, Pashto and Kurds. That is why we have many similar words. We have, for example, with Kurdish, we have such kind of word as kazan. Kazan means the big metal dish. In the ancient time, this dish was used by Skidans for meat, for boiling meats, but now we use them for boiled food for our animals. Kazan. Yeah. So till now we have many words. Ukrainians are not typical Slavic people. We have different kind of the people here: Slavic, Skidans, Tatars, Mongolians. So it's like mixed, mixed up. We don't know exactly if it's legend or this is true about a story about Amazonians, but many people, many scientists tell, many writers of the time tell that Sarmatian women were really very active. They took part in the battle together with men, ride horses. And as Herodotus told, before marriage, woman should have to kill enemies, one of the men from other tribes. If she didn't kill, she stay without marriage. She didn't marry to her death to the last of her time. Such was such story of this woman. So now in Ukraine and Russia, in the steppe region, archaeologists found huge, many burial mounds that belong to the women, to the military women, to the rich Sarmatian women. So this burial mound is dated by first part of the 1st century BC. The artifacts from this burial mound you can find in Museum of Historical Treasures of Ukraine. This museum is placed in Lavra Monastery. It had a lot of gold stuff, gold bracelet, necklace. It's really like wandering place. It's really beautiful place to visit. This burial mound was 7 meters high. The woman was about 35-40 years, and she was wearing incredible gold stuff. Like her neck was wrapped by the huge gold necklace called grivna, like torque in English, yes. At the end of this necklace there were griffin head with blue eyes. These blue eyes were birusa, special turquoise, a special precious stone. Also they found gold bracelet, beautiful gold bracelet decorated with figures of Eros and his girlfriend, Eros, god of love. Decorated with pearl, emerald, citrons. It's really great decorated a jewelry, piece of jewelry. Crystal fibula decoration for clothes as well, in the shape of dolphin. His body made of crystal and his head and tail made of gold. So these women were really rich and independent, we think. These people lived in the area of Ukraine till the beginning of our era, but they were dismissed by the next tribes. They came to us, Goths and Huns. But the story about Scythians, Amazonians, are mentioned. They inspire people, modern people. They tell a story about them. They make movies about Amazonians, about Scythians. So it's really an interesting topic of the history. I hope you like this story. Thank you for watching. For now, goodbye, and hope to see you soon. Have a good day.